Hi, hi. This is Dragon Vision, Clinton baseball Dragon Vision right here. My name is Anthony Hinkle. Uh, we about have the national anthem in a little bit, and we're playing University Ohio today at 5:30. Yes, and we're gonna have the lineup and the national anthem in a little bit, and we got new lineup. It's I think this is gonna be interesting for us and them. I think it's gonna be a good game tonight, and I will be happy if we win. We need a win right now. We're 4-8, the season record. This is Anthony, and somebody gonna help. Matt will help me, and Webb helping me too. Jason Webb. Yeah, Webb. That's who helping me. And Matt Hagen. It'll be interesting. We are 4-8. I'm start. We starting lineups right now. I'm sorry. I have paused that for a minute.
Fans, welcome to the Jace.
Matt was talking to me.
Home of the Clinton Dragons for tonight's Clinch River Challenge game between the visiting University High Buccaneers and the host Dragons of Clinton High School. Let's meet the starters for tonight's game. First for our guests, the Buccaneers of University High. Leading off and playing third base, number 3, River Kendall.
River Kendall.
Number 18,
number 3,
Stevenson. Number 4, Peter Bonowitz.
Peter Bonowitz.
Playing shortstop, number 12, Knox Poston.
Knox Poston.
Fifth and pitching today for the Buccaneers, number 2, Jack Harmon.
Jack Carmen.
6 playing left field, number 13, Sam Duncan.
Sam Duncan.
Playing 7th, playing second base, number 14, Cole Stevenson.
Cole Stevenson.
And catching, number 10, Daxon Letterman. And
Jackson Letterman.
First base, number 23, Patrick Bonowitz. University High is coached by head coach Kristen Taylor and assisted by Hunter Seahorn and Jay Seahorn.
University of Ohio. University of Ohio. Now it's all lineups. I can announce something to you too.
Okay, Dragon fans, let's get on your feet and make some noise and greet your starters for your Clinton Dragons.
Yes.
Leading off and playing second base, number 23, a freshman, J.P. Robbins.
J.P. Robbins.
Batting second, starting in left field, number 6, a sophomore, Brent Schaefer.
Brent Schaefer.
Batting third behind the plate for
And
the Dragons,
third.
a freshman, number 22, Brennan Tipton.
Brandon Tipton.
Batting cleanup, your Dragon designated hitter, sophomore, number 17, Jackson Webb.
Jackson Webb.
Batting fifth, starting in center field,
Center
Number
field.
27, Dallas Beats.
Dallas
Batting
Beats.
sixth and playing third base, number 5, a junior, Jackson Barrett.
Jackson Barrett.
Batting seventh, starting at shortstop, a junior, number 26, Alex Duggan.
Alex Duggins.
Batting eighth and starting in left
Batting
field,
eighth.
a senior, number 18, Hayden Allen.
Hayden Allen.
Batting ninth and
Nine.
playing first base,
Eight.
a junior, number 1, Sam Rayleigh.
Sam Rayleigh.
Today for the Dragons,
Batting ninth.
senior, number 16, right-hander Sam Duggan.
Sam Duggins, our pitcher.
Rob Stacy. He's assisted by Clay Turpin.
Our head coach is Rob Stacy. We will be right back.
Now, ladies and gentlemen,
National
if you
anthem.
would please.
We are back with Dragon Vision. My name is Anthony, and we're about to play ball here in this second. Clinton baseball on Dragon Vision.
earned the right to play through their effort and through determination and how they practiced. And it's time for them to get a chance.
Number 16, Sam Duggins.
Like you heard Sleepy say just now, Sam Duggins is starting.
Yeah.
Third baseman, number 3, River Kendall.
River Kendall starting off for University, the third baseman, here in the top of the first inning. It's the second game for the Dragons tonight, second game for University.
Yeah.
First pitch, grounded up to the shortstop, picked up. Thrown over on a little hop. Safe. Infield single to start the game.
Yeah.
Infield single, Sam Rayleigh, the starting first baseman tonight. I will go through the order for you. Here, right between innings, we'll actually go through the order. We didn't get a chance to show it to you before the game, but we'll show it to you before the bottom. But you've got Sam Rayleigh at first, J.P. Robbins at second, Alex Duggins at shortstop, Jackson Barrett is your third baseman. Here's the pitch. Lined right up the middle for back-to-back singles. Three round second, but gets stopped by center fielder, so he stays at second. So you got singles to start off the game tonight against University. What number is the person wearing at first, Anthony?
18.
18. So 18 got the single.
Yes.
Right fielder, number 4, Peter Bonowitz.
Peter Bonowitz up to bat next for the University.
Yeah.
University in their road, blue uniforms and yellow numbers. Dragons in their home, orange uniforms, white pinstripe pants, black lettering, white trim. Pitch from Duggins. In the turf, gets away. Runners will advance with no throw. You've also got behind the plate Brennan Tipton making his first start of his varsity career.
Mm-hmm.
So once again, you got Tipton. You've got Tipton. Rayleigh also making his first start this season. J.P. Robbins at second. Alex Duggins at shortstop. Jackson Barrett at third base. I'll give you the outfielders here in just a moment. Foul ball. 1-1 count. No outs. Runners on second and third now. Still in the top of the first inning.
No outs.
That's right, Anthony. No outs.
No score.
And no score just yet. So I'll get that starting lineup for us popped up here in just a couple minutes. Ground ball picked by Duggins. Gets the runner to go back third. They throw it to first. He's going to be tagged down. 2 out. No, he's not. He's safe. He got under it because Tipton did not hold on to the ball. So we got 1 out, 1 run home.
1-0.
1 run home as my scoreboard tries to show you that it's 1-0 now with only a runner on second base. If Tipton would have held on to that ball, that would be 2 outs right now.
Yeah. It was.
Next up is Poston. See what number he is wearing. Pitch from Duggins. In the turf, he is wearing called strike 1.
Strike 1, yeah.
Batter didn't really like that one too much, but he's going to let the call go. It's like he's wearing number 13, but we will see that. It is wearing number 13.
13, yeah. Yes.
1 out, runner at second, 1-0 your score. The pitch from Duggins. Fouled. It's 12. Wearing 12, I'm sorry. 12. Fouled down the first base line, making it 0-2.
0-2, 1
no
out.
outs. Or 1 out, yes. 1 out here at the top of the first.
1-0.
1-0 score. Waiting on a special guest to join us up here.
Yes.
In this inning, in this game, said he might be a little bit late, but we will see. Designated hitter tonight will be Jackson Webb. A little low for ball 1. Nice placement, though, from Sammy Duggins right there. So you got a runner on second, 1 out with a 1-2 count.
Yeah.
1-0 your score. See if what Sam can do on this pitch. Lines it. One hopper to the right fielder. He's going to throw it. He's going to try to act like he was going to come home. Rounded it, but got it to Jackson Barrett in time. So you got now runners at the corners on the third hit of the inning for University as number 2 comes up to bat next.
University High, the pitcher, number 2, Jack Harmon.
He will be the starting pitcher tonight. So we got runners on first and third with just 1 out. Sammy Duggins asking for a new ball from the home plate umpire. So far, 3 hits and a ground out in this inning, and then a throwing error led to the very first run of the game.
Yes. He did.
Actually, no, it wasn't a throwing error. It was just a bobble by the home plate. He's going to act like he bunted, pulled back,
Right.
still called strike one.
Yeah.
0-1 count, one
One.
out. A double play could end the inning,
Yes.
or ground ball could end the inning in a double play. Duggins checks the runner at first. Pitch, no
Ball
throw.
one.
Smart move right there by
1-1.
Tipton.
1 out. And 1-0.
Smart move right there by Tipton. Not trying to throw the runner out at
Yeah.
second, so the runner at third would not come home. Now we got runners at second and third. No more double play ball. But Sammy could get the next out right here. Here's the pitch. Ground ball towards second. Second's going to pick it up. Toss it over to first. J.P. Robbins goes over to
outs.
first, and another run does score, though.
2-0.
Yes, it is 2 outs. Yes, there is another run home. So it is 2-0 University over your Clinton Dragons here in the top of the first inning. As now number 13 comes up to bat next.
13, Sam Duncan.
Sam Duncan with a runner on third and now 2 outs. Gets
Ball
the draw on
one.
the first pitch, a little bit outside for ball one.
Yeah.
1-0 count. 2 outs, runner on third. 2-0 your score here at the Jace. Once again, between this inning, we will show you the starting lineup for your Clinton Dragons. Here's the pitch. Lined up over the second baseman's head. Going to get out to center. 1 run will score.
3-0.
Making the score 3-0 on another single by the University High School. As number 14 comes up to bat next. He is the 7th batter of the inning for University. Force out at second now. The third out could either be at second or first, depending on how this one is hit. First pitch to 14. High for
Ball
ball
one. 1 ball, 0 strikes, 2 outs, 3-0.
University leads your Clinton Dragons. Runner on first being held on by Sam Rayleigh. Rayleigh catches it, gets it, goes on throw to second. He will be tagged out. No, he's safe.
Safe.
He lost control of the ball, so he is safe. So now you got a runner at scoring position again with a 1-0 count. Sam Duggins knew what was going to happen, got it over to Rayleigh. Rayleigh tried to throw it out at second base, but he got under the tag. Looked like it was going to be an easy third out right there, but it's a 1-0 count now with 2 outs and a runner at second.
Yeah.
Here's the pitch. Little
2
low for ball
balls.
2.
And no strikes, 2 outs, 3-0.
University leads your Clinton Dragons. Dragons in their home orange uniforms, black lettering, white trim. The wind blowing in from straightaway center field. Here's the pitch. Way
3-0.
outside for ball 4, or ball 3. 3-0 count. This one
Yeah.
should be right down the middle. Should be right down the middle. We'll see if he gets the
Yep.
green light to swing at it. Sam gets the call. Runner takes a little bit larger lead at second. Gets a look back. The pitch on the corner for strike one. 3-1 count now with 2 outs here in the top of the first inning.
Yeah.
Your Clinton Dragons will be coming up to bat next, and we will show you that lineup as soon as we get that third out here. We'll also run down, once again, we will run down the sponsors for the Dragons this season. Here's the 3-1 pitch from Duggins. Strike on the
Strike
inside
two.
corner. Duggins working the count full after
3
falling
balls,
behind 3-0.
2 strikes, 2 outs, 3-0.
Sam Duggins working from behind, but getting the count full after going down 3-0. See if he can get this third and final out of the top of the first inning. Here's the pitch. No, ball 4.
Ball 4.
Another base on balls, or first base on balls issued tonight. We've had 4 singles and 2 groundouts so far, as the next batter comes up to bat with Coach Stacy going to go talk to Sam Duggins. And as that happens, we will actually now pull up the starting lineup. So it's going to fade to black real quick for us as I pull up the starters for tonight's game. Give me just a moment. I'm working on that right now. There we go. You've got Brent Schaefer in left field, Dallas Beats in center field, Hayden Allen in right. Around the horn, you've got Jackson Barrett at third, Alex Duggins at shortstop, J.P. Robbins at second base, Sam Rayleigh at first base, Brendan Tipton your catcher, and Sam Duggins is your starting pitcher. We'll bring this back up when we come back to bat, as we come back out of the black with runners on first and second and 2 outs. Stacy just ending his conversation with Sammy Duggins. As big number 10 comes up to bat next, he will be the 8th batter in the top of the first inning.
Next up for University High, the catcher,
Number 10.
Jackson Letterman.
The catcher, coming up to bat next, wearing number 10. Nice uniforms by University.
Yep.
Blue uniforms with yellow trim, yellow lettering.
I like it.
Checks the runner at second. The pitch in the turf for ball one. A little bit low on that one. I could see some of the beads coming up off the turf. See if Sammy could calm himself down right here and get this third and final out of the inning. Checks the runner at second. The pitch. Ground ball to third. Picked up, mishandled by Jackson Barrett. They're going to eat it out there. It's going to be an error, reach on an error to make the bases loaded now. It's going to be the first error of the game for the Clinton Dragons. As the 9th batter, number 23, comes up to bat for University. He's the last batter on the lineup. Time called, I guess, as a courtesy runner comes up.
Runner number 6,
Yes.
Marcella.
Number 6 comes on for the catcher. Number 10.
Patrick Bonowitz.
Patrick Bonowitz coming up next for University. Bases loaded, 2 outs. That last one went right under the glove of Jackson Barrett, and Alex Duggins couldn't quite get a good grip on it to throw him out to Sam Rayleigh at first.
And 3-0.
Here's the pitch. Strike on the outside corner. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Top of the third inning, 3-0 is your score. Sam Duggins likes the call. Toes the rubber, the stretch. Lied right up the middle. At least 1 run will score.
4-0.
Another run coming around. That's going to be 2 runs scored.
5-0.
5-0 is your score with runners at the corners now. And 5 hits in this, or 5 hits now in this inning. We're back to the top of the lineup. Number 3, who singled in his first at bat.
Third baseman, number 3,
River Kendall. He did single in his first at bat. So far, Sammy Duggins has gone 2/3 of an inning. Allowed 5 hits, 1 walk, 2 groundouts, and a reach on an error, I believe. Yes, a reach on an error. Sam just needing to get this 1 out to get the Dragons up for the first time in this game. Checks the runner at first. From the stretch. Low and away for ball 1.
1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs, 5-0.
5-0, yes, Anthony. That is your score with runners at the corners. Duggins checks the runner at first. The stretch, the pitch. High and
2
inside for ball
balls.
2. This will be the 10th batter of the inning for University. University High making the travel down here from Johnson City. Just finished their game and won in a mercy rule fashion after 6 innings. It goes for a bunt, but called ball 3, low and away.
3 balls, no strikes, 2 outs.
Free base at second, so if Sammy does walk him, as long as Tipton gets a good hold on it, it will just advance the runner from first to second.
Yes.
3-0 count. This one should be right down the middle. The pitch, like I called, right down the middle for
right
strike
down
1.
the middle, yep. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs.
Sam Duggins still on the mound for the Dragons. Coach Stacy has a lot of confidence in Sam. He's a very good pitcher. Has earned the right to make this start. Steps off. Waiting on the call. As the batter gets ready to step back in. Batter now steps back in.
Yep.
Sam waiting on the call. Toes the rubber from the stretch. The pitch. Swing and a miss for
Strike
strike
two.
2. Sam running the count full now after falling behind 3-0.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 5-0.
Dragons trail University. Sam Duggins down to one final strike to get out of this inning. Here's the pitch. Popped him up. They're running in the outfield between center and left. It's going to fall. One run will score. Another one's coming in. 6-0. Make it 7-0.
7-0.
Runners on first and second. Actually, 3 runs will score, making it 8-0. Runners on runner on second now. We'll see what that is labeled as a hit. That's hit number 6 on the day, or on the inning.
7-0.
Is 8-0 because they scored all.
18, Cooper Stevenson.
Yeah, because they scored all 3 runs. It was bases. Actually, it might be 7-0. You might be right, Anthony. I'll double check on Game Changer. I think it was 7-0. Actually, I think you are right on that one. 7-0 the score here in the top of the first inning. Foul ball.
Foul ball.
0-1 count.
All
Now
one
we'll run it
count,
at second.
2 outs.
It is 7-0. That's right. Because if he walked him, it would have been bases loaded. But he did score both runs right there. So far, yeah, the Dragons just have the 1 error so far
Yes.
in this game. 0-1 count. This guy batter singled in his first at bat, popped the ball up.
Over.
Shortstop looking for it.
3
Makes
outs.
the third out of the inning. So the Dragons allowed 7 runs on 6 hits, 1 error, 1 base runner left. Midway through the first, we will take a break with your score 7-0 University
We
High.
will be right back.
One Buccaneers.
We're back on Dragon Vision.
Leading off for the Clinton Dragons, the second baseman, J.P. Jumbo Robbins, be the first batter for the Dragons. J.P. playing second base, making his 3rd start of the season.
Yes.
Putting up his stats right here. He has 2 hits, a 200 batting average, and has scored twice. First pitch to Robbins is low in the turf. for
One
ball
ball. 1 ball.
1-0 count.
1-0 count. No outs.
You've got Robbins up to bat first. We'll call the lineup as we come. Brent Schaefer is on deck for the Clinton Dragons. Second pitch to Jumbo.
Ball 2.
Right in the same exact miss as the first one.
2 balls, no strikes, and no outs.
Leadoff batter.
7-0.
Leadoff batter J.P. Robbins, followed by Brent Schaefer. Pitch. Called strike on the outside corner.
2-1. Count.
That's right, Anthony. 2-1 count here at the Jace. Robbins makes some contact. Gets over to third. Throws it over to first. In time for the first out of the inning.
First out.
So it's a 5-3 ground out if you're scoring at home for Robbins.
The left fielder, number 6, Brent Schaefer.
As Brent Schaefer, another sophomore, comes up to bat next for the Dragons. Here is him. This will only be his second appearance. He's 0 for 1 on the season with a strikeout. Brent Schaefer starting at left field today for the Clinton Dragons. He'll be followed up by number 22. Grounds the ball towards second. Second bobbles it. Gets behind him, throws over to first. Not in time on the throwing error.
Yes.
So it's going to be the first error of the game that Robbins will reach on. Or not Robbins, Schaefer.
Schaefer. Yeah.
Schaefer will reach on it. He'll be on first now. We'll make sure it's scored as an error for the Dragons, or is it scored as a single? We will
It's
see.
an error.
I'm waiting on Game Changer to see what that one says. Here on the stadium it says an error, but I go with what they're going to put down there in the box as well.
Yeah.
We got a runner on first now with 1 out. Yes, he did reach on an error.
Ball.
As
Strike one.
Strike one as Brendan Tempted, the starting catcher, another freshman, is up to bat next. Second pitch to Tipton. Ground ball towards short. Shortstop gets it underneath his hole. It went right through the sixth hole.
Yes.
So a single for
Single.
Tipton. Moves Schaefer over to second base. So we got runners on first and second now with just 1 out. Dragons get their first hit of the evening as D.H. Jackson Webb comes up to bat.
Jackson Webb.
Pulling up Jackson Webb's numbers right here. I forgot to pull up Tipton's. I'll pull those up next time. Jackson Webb is batting .321 with 4 RBIs. 4 RBIs and 3 doubles. And now courtesy running is David Big Poppy Ortiz.
Yeah.
Or as I call him sometimes, one arm after he had a little bit of work done, but he's doing a fantastic job. I saw him almost hit a home run with one arm earlier this year. D.H. Jackson Webb up to bat. Checks the runner at second. Pitch to Webb.
Ball one.
Outside for ball one.
1 ball, 1 strike.
1 ball, no strikes.
Yeah.
And 1 out
No,
here at the bottom of
yeah.
the first inning. Dragons trail by 7. Webb seeing if he can get the first run home of the game for the Dragons on a base hit. Let's see. Here's the pitch.
2 balls and no strikes and 1 out.
Again, way outside in the
Yeah.
opposite batter's box. Dallas Beats on deck next for the Dragons. Checks the runner at second. Takes a little bit of a lead. The pitch to Webb. Fouls it off back into the netting for strike one.
Strike one.
2-1 count. 1 out. Runners at first and second.
7-0.
7-0. Yeah, it is right, Anthony. Your score. Dallas Beats on deck. We'll see what he gets for this pitch. See if he can find a way to get on base right here. Pitch to Webb. High and away for ball three. Webb ahead in the count now. 3-1.
3-1. And 1 out.
Beautiful day here at JC
Yes,
Park.
yes.
Or at the Jace, as Coach Stacy likes to call it. Runners on first and second. Checks the runner at second. The pitch. Swing and a miss.
Strike 2.
Strike 2. That ball was a little out of his reach, but he swung at it because it was close. So now it's a full count for Jackson Webb. We'll see how this pitch goes. Full count. Will Webb get on? We'll see on this pitch. The pitch. In the turf, gets
Ball
away for ball
4.
4. No harm, no foul as the runners just advance 1 each. So it's now bases loaded with 1 out for Dallas Beats.
Dallas Beats.
Once he gets in the batter's box, we'll pull up his stats for you. You can see him right there. Dallas Beats batting .286 with 5 RBIs and a double on the season, the junior from Clinton High School. Now you've got Brent Schaefer at third, David Poppy Ortiz at second, Jackson Webb at first, Dallas Beats at home. Jackson Barrett is the next batter on deck. Beats lines it right over the third baseman's head. 1 run will score. Poppy rounds third, gets back in time to stay on base. Nice job, Poppy. 7-1 your score. The second hit of the game for the Clinton Dragons is credit to Dallas Beats. A 1 RBI.
7-2.
7-2 because they call offensive interference on the third baseman because David Ortiz tried to race around third. The third baseman was in the way, and it awards 1 extra base for every single batter. 1 extra base for everyone that was on right now. So it's now 7-2 here in the bottom of the first inning as Jackson Barrett comes up to bat next. Coach Stacy, the catcher going out to go talk to the pitcher. Coach Stacy talking to Jackson Barrett with runners on second and third and just one out. Looking at how they're going to score it. It was a single, an RBI single, and then catch and offensive interference is what defensive interference is what caused the second run to come across.
Yes.
Just waiting to see how they score that one.
Yes.
They do have it listed as a 2-0 score. They just don't have the play listed. So we're going to leave it at that. We're going to leave it at 2-0. All right, 7-2 your score, the 2-run score.
7-2, yeah.
Catcher still talking as the head coach. Oh, that's what it is. The head coach for University is also talking to the umpires, trying to figure out why Ortiz was able to come. But when Ortiz rounded third, he ran into the third baseman trying to come home, and it made him have to go back, and the third baseman tried to tag him out, and they awarded home plate to him, home plate to Ortiz, third base to Jackson Webb, and second base to Dallas Beats. So your score right now is 7-2. Is now a big mound visit happens with the head coach. So it's going to be a little bit longer of a break than we're used to.
Yes.
Coach, you can tell he's a little animated right now, trying to tell his team, calm down. We need you. We need to stay in this. You have scored 7 runs in the top of this inning, and you've already given up 2. You have 2 more in scoring position. You've got to calm down and try to get these last 2 batters out as Jackson Barrett comes up. Jackson Barrett, now you can see right here, I'm pulling up his stats right now. He has 7 runs scored this season and 4 stolen bases. With Alex Duggins on deck for the Clinton Dragons. Runners at second and third. 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. Pitch to Jackson Barrett. Acts like he's going to bunt it. Pulls back in time.
Ball 1.
7-2 your score. University leads your Clinton Dragons. Runners on second and third.
1 ball, no strikes, and 1 out.
Jackson Barrett at the plate. See what happens in this pitch. Check this one. The swing did not. So it's a straight ones across the board. 1-1-1.
1-1-1.
Getting ready to go for the third pitch of this at bat to Jackson Barrett with runners at second and third. A base hit could plate 2 for the Dragons. Here's the pitch. He grounds it to third. Off the third baseman. He's going to try to throw it over to first. Will get the first out, but 1 run will score, and the runner and another one will advance to third. 7-3 your score now with 2 outs. As Jackson Webb scores for the Clinton Dragons.
Now batting the shortstop, number 26, Alex Duggins.
Alex Duggins comes up to bat next. So you got 2 outs now with a runner at third. 7-3 your score for Alex Duggins. Pulling up his stats right now for you. Alex Duggins is batting 182 with 4 RBIs and 2 doubles this season. First pitch,
strike 1.
In there for strike 1. Looked like he was about to hit him in the elbow, but it was just across the black. So you've got an 0-1 count now. As Hayden Allen is on deck. Here's the pitch in the turf.
Ball
nice
1.
stop right there by the catcher, though. Real nice stop by the catcher to make sure the ball didn't get away.
Ball 1.
Another Dragon to get in. So we got 1-1 count now with 2 outs.
1-1 count, 2 outs, 7-3.
Here's the pitch. Right on the outside corner for strike 2. 1-2 count, 2 outs. Alex Duggins looking to get a 4th run home for the Dragons right here and let Hayden Allen come up for his first plate appearance of the season. Here's the pitch. Popped him up. Third baseman calling for it. He catches it in fair territory for the third out of the inning. So the Dragons get 3 runs on 1 hit, 2 errors, 1 Dragon left. We'll be right back with the top of the second inning with the score
7-3.
Welcome back to
Well-
Clinton Dragon Baseball here on Dragon Vision. New pitcher on the mound. We're going to pull up his stats right here. Chase Jaslove making his second appearance of the day. He's pitched 1 inning and has a 0 ERA. Sam Duggins was your starting pitcher. He went one inning. I'm going to pull up his stats here in just a moment on Game Changer, and then I will let you know what those are right here. Sam Duggins went 1 inning, allowed 6 hits, 7 runs, 5 of them earned, 1 walk and no strikeouts, excuse me. And I'm gonna pull, and as I'm doing this, Anthony Twinkle Toes Hinkle over here is gonna be helping call the game. I told him I was gonna call him that because that's his favorite thing.
No, it's not.
Yeah, he likes to go dancing around when nobody's looking.
No, I don't.
It's what you did last night after the game, isn't it, Anthony?
No, I went home.
You went home and danced. Okay.
No, I did not dance.
You went home and danced. We all know this.
Yeah, okay.
See, Anthony agrees. He went home. He went home and danced.
No, I didn't.
Right fielder number 4.
You know you
Peter
did.
Bonowitz.
But now we got next up to bat
Number 4.
is number 4 for University. He grounded out in his first at bat. First pitch from Jaslove. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Nice little movement right there on that
Yes.
pitch from Chase Jaslove. As I'm getting my stats updated for the next set of batting for the Clinton Dragons.
Ball 1. 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike count. I'll update that in just a moment, Anthony. Thank you for calling that one.
You're welcome.
1 ball, 1 strike. Here in the top of the second inning, 7-3 your score.
No outs.
No outs here for the leadoff batter, number 4, who grounded out in his first at bat. Pitch from Jaslove. Popped up, going towards left or right field. Right fielder gets
One
underneath
out.
it. Hayden Allen makes his first out of his senior year. Nice job, Hayden Allen, on that out. So that's an F9 if you're scoring at home.
Yes.
Number 12 coming up to bat next. He has a single.
Number 12, Knox Poston.
He singled in his first at bat. First pitch in there for
Strike one.
strike 1.
Yeah.
Chase Jaslove showing some good command so far early in this game.
0 balls, 1 strike, and 1 out. And 7-3.
That's right, 7-3 is your score. Pitch from Jaslove. Grounded foul and
Foul
batted
ball.
down by the head coach of
Strike two.
University over in the foul territory.
And
0-2 count, 1 out here in the
One
top of the
out,
second
yeah.
inning. He's got no balls, 2 strikes now here in the top of the second inning.
strike 3.
Strike 3, 1 more
Two outs.
strikeout for Chase Jaslove, the second out of the inning. Chase Jaslove showing some great command right now. Was he swinging on that strikeout? Or was it?
Yes,
He did swing.
swinging.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Anthony. Number 2 coming up. He grounded out in his first at bat.
Number.
Should be number 2 coming up to bat next.
Yes. Ball 1.
1 ball, no strikes here in the top of the
Yeah,
second inning.
it's
2
number
outs.
2.
You said what? 1-0?
Yep.
1 ball, no strikes. Popped him up.
Up him up. And
Alex Duggins makes
2
the
outs.
third out of the inning.
Yep,
1, 2, 3
3 outs.
inning. Chase Jaslove. Jaslove making a
Yes,
tremendous
sir.
start right. Tremendous inning for the Dragons. 3 up, 3 down. We're going to take a quick break with your score, 7-3.
7-3.
Welcome back to Clinton Dragon Baseball here on Dragon Vision. We get ready to bottom of the fourth inning.
Left fielder number 18, Hayden Allen.
Leading off the bottom
Hayden
second,
Allen.
senior Hayden Allen making, let's see what it says right here. Hayden Allen making his first batting appearance of the year. He has 2 stolen bases and has scored 4 runs this season for the Dragons. Dragons trail 7-3 after a nice inning by Chase Jaslov in relief of Sam Duggins. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Hayden Allen, the 8th batter for the Dragons. Next up is Sam Rayleigh for the Dragons after Hayden Allen. Pitch way outside for ball 1.
One ball, one strike, no out.
7-3 your score. University leads your Clinton Dragons in the bottom of the second. Here's the pitch.
Ball
High and inside
2.
for ball 2. Hayden had to pull his hands in to make sure he wasn't going to get hit by that one.
2 balls, 1 strike, no out.
For Hayden Allen, wearing his number 18 for the Clinton Dragons. Here's the pitch.
Ball,
No, strike on the inside
2.
corner. 2-2 count, no outs. Hayden Allen looking to get on base for the first time today and lead off the second inning. Pitch to Allen. Called strike 3 on the
Strike
inside
3.
corner. Hayden Allen strikes out looking for the first out of the inning for the Clinton Dragons, bringing up Sam Rayleigh.
Now batting the first baseman, number 1, Sam Rayleigh.
Sam Rayleigh having a little tough start to the year due to an injury, but has worked his way back into the lineup. Sam Rayleigh making his first start of the season, as you can tell right
Ball
here.
1.
Takes the first pitch for ball 1. He led the team last year in getting hit by a pitch.
Yes.
We'll see what he does right here. 1-0 pitch. Pops up. Going towards center. Center and second base running after it. Second base underneath it. Makes the catch for the first out. Or second out.
Second out, yeah.
So Sam Rayleigh pops to 4 if you're scoring at home, bringing up J.P. Robbins.
Second
Jumbo.
baseman, number 23, J.P. Robbins.
Jumbo coming up to bat next
Yeah.
for your
Jumbo.
Clinton Dragons. He grounded out in his first at-bat, as you can see on your screen right now.
Yeah.
He put some wood on it. Goes to
3
center
outs.
field. Center fielder catches it. 1-2-3 inning for the Dragons. We'll be right back with your
Right,
score
right.
7-3. No
7-3.
runs, no hits, no errors, no one left.
Second, no runs, no hits.
Welcome back to Clinton Baseball Dragon Vision.
Beginning the top of the third inning, we've got Chase Jaslov on the mound. I'm going to pull up his stats from the first inning. Chase Jaslov has pitched 1 inning. He pitched the second inning, not the first inning, the second inning, and got 1 strikeout in relief for Sam Rayleigh. Or not Sam Rayleigh, Sam Duggins. Your score right now is 7-3. Not sure why every time I change innings, my scoreboard wants to go crazy and update and change the score, but it is 7-3 here in the top of the third inning.
7-3.
I'm going to have to update my stats. I forgot to update one of them, and that was that Robbins popped out. Robbins popped out to the center fielder.
Yeah.
University coming up to bat next should be numbers 13, 14, and 10. A walk, or a single, a walk, and reach on error, all of which happened in the first inning.
Yep.
Score 7-3 again. Chase Jaslov, only in his second appearance, he made a great one inning pitch to help us out earlier this week. I'm trying to remember which game it was, but had a phenomenal inning of pitching. Once again, your infield for the Dragons is Jaslov, Tipton, Rayleigh, Robbins, Alex Duggins,
Leading off for the Buccaneers.
and
left fielder,
Jackson
number 13,
Barrett.
Sam Duncan.
Duncan up to bat next. He is 1 for 1 with a single today. Jaslov with the pitch. No harm, no
Ball
foul
1.
in the turf for ball 1.
No strikes, No outs.
Batter, the on deck batter, number 14, he gave the ball back to the umpire. Jaslov with the signal, toes the rubber from the stretch. Popped up towards center field. Center field getting underneath it. Makes the first out of the inning.
First out.
2 pitches for 1 out for Chase
One
Jaslov.
out.
That's an F8 if you're scoring at home.
Yep.
Second baseman, number 14, Cole Stevenson.
Cole Stevenson, the second baseman, up to bat next. He walked in his first at bat in the first inning. University sent 11 batters to the box or to the base in the first inning. Here's the pitch. Popped up, foul, and out of play. See where that one lands.
Strike one.
That one hit the Little Ponderosa Zoo roof and came down. No balls, 1 strike,
Yep.
1 out here in the
One
top
out.
of the third inning. University leads York Clinton Dragons by 4. We'll see how this inning goes right here. Here's the pitch from from Jaslov.
Ball one.
A little bit high for ball 1. 1-1-1 across the board.
Ball.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1
Yep.
out.
7-3.
7-3. You got. I'll give our outfielders here in just a minute. Here's the pitch. High, ball 2.
Ball two.
No, you got Brent Schaefer out in left field. Looking to see who the other outfielders are for the Dragons. Dallas Beats in center. And Hayden Allen in right. Line ball down the third base line.
Strike two.
Foul and out of play.
Strike two.
2-2 count now with 1 out.
1 out.
That ball going down the road.
7-3.
That ball going down the road down in the apartments next to next to the Jace. Wonder which lucky Dragon gets to go chase that one.
Yeah.
2-2 count. 1 out. Pitch from Jaslov. Swing
Yes.
strike 3.
Strike 3. 2 outs.
Hey, for
That is
Jaslov.
strikeout number 2 on the night for Chase Jaslov. Chase Jaslov, we'll say an early nomination
Yes.
for one of our players of the game in this game. We'll let Coach Stacy pick our players of the game for the
Catcher,
first
number
game
10,
as well.
Jackson Letterman.
As the first baseman, Letterman comes up to bat wearing number 10. He reached on an error in his first at bat in the first inning. Here's the pitch. Low
Ball
away, ball 1.
1. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. 7-3.
Chase Jaslov toeing the mound, gets the signal. A little bit high for ball 1.
2.
Ball 2, yes. 2-0 count, 2 outs.
2-0 count. 2 outs. Goes.
2-0 count,
7-3.
2 outs, 7-3 your score in the top of the third inning. Chase Jaslov trying to get his back-to-back 1-2-3 innings. Here's the pitch, way low and
Ball
wide.
3.
Jaslov just overthrowing it just a hair in this inning.
3 balls, no strikes, 2
Adjusting.
outs.
He's adjusting where he's standing on the plate based on where he's throwing it. See if he can get it back where he wants it. This one should be right down the middle. Here's the pitch. Called ball 4 a little
4.
high. So it's the first base runner allowed by Chase Jaslov since he's come on. Allows his first walk. Runner on first now with
Batting
2
first
outs.
Baseman, number 23, Patrick Bonowitz.
As the number 9 batter, Patrick Bonowitz, the first
Courtesy
baseman,
runner,
Number
comes up to bat.
6.
6, Anthony Margada.
Margana is the courtesy runner. Number 23 singled in his first at bat. Got a runner on first now with 2 outs. Steps off and gets the runner to go back to first. Sam Rayleigh wasn't covering it. No, not really thinking the runner would try to take off on him. Here's the pitch from Jaslov. Lined right back to the second baseman. Picked up by Robbins. Throws it over to first. In time. Nice pick right there by Jumbo.
Jumbo.
So no runs on no hits, no errors, 1 left. Midway through the third, your score is 7-3. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Dragon Vision. Clinton Baseball.
That's right, Anthony. Clinton Dragon Baseball presenting Clint on Dragon Vision tonight as Brent Schaefer, Brennan Tipton, and Jackson Webb get ready to come up to bat for your Clinton Dragons. Here in the bottom of the third inning,
7-3.
Dragons trail by 4. University putting all 7 runs up in the first inning. Clinton Dragons putting all their runs up
In the second
in the second inning.
Now the third inning for the Dragons. The left fielder.
No, in the first inning as well.
Yeah, first inning well. Yeah.
Brent, little bitty Brent Schaefer coming up to bat. Brent Schaefer, one of the toughest batters for the Dragons. He has reached on an error in his first at bat today. Here's the pitch. Turns on it. Goes over the second baseman's head, but caught by the shortstop.
First out.
One pitch, one out.
1 out.
On a pop out to the shortstop. It looked like it was going to go right over his head and land, but it was just a little bit too soft on that one.
Now
One
batting
pitch,
pitcher, number
one out.
22, Brennan Tipton.
As Brennan Tipton comes up to bat next, Brennan Tipton is 1 for 1 with a single for the freshman, making his first career varsity start. The pitch to Tipton, low and away for
Ball 1. No strikes and 1 out.
One ball.
7-3.
Is your score right now?
Ball 2.
Ball 2, so you got a 2-0 count now with only 1 out as Brennan Tipton takes is up to bat with a 1 for 1 with a single today. The 2-0 pitch.
Ball 3.
No, strike 3 on the inside
Yes,
corner.
strike. 1.
2-1 count,
2-1
1
count.
out. Brennan Tipton up to
Yeah.
bat wearing number 22 with Jackson Webb on deck. Pitch to Tipton.
Strike
Ooh,
2.
Late call on that one, just a little bit further outside than I would have liked it, but 2-2 count, 1 out. Nice little placement on that one.
Yeah, it was.
2-2 count, 1 out, 7-3 your score. Here's the pitch.
Ball 3.
3-2 count. Catcher liked it, pitcher liked it, umpire did not like it. So Tipton's worked the count full now with 1 out, trying to get on base for Jackson Webb. You got Jackson Webb on deck and Dallas Beats in the hole. The pitch to Tipton, swing and a miss for strike 3, second
Strike
out
3,
of the inning.
second out.
Tipton's first strikeout of the game brings up Jackson Webb, who walked and scored a run in his first at bat. As you can tell on your screen right there, he walked and scored a run in his first at bat. So it's the bottom of the third inning still. 2 outs. Waiting on that one to go away. There it goes. Webb takes the pitch.
Ball 1.
A little bit high and inside.
1 ball.
No strikes.
No strikes, 2 outs.
Dallas Beats on deck. Jackson Barrett in the hole. Swing and a miss for
Strike
strike
2.
1.
No, yeah, strike 1.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here for number 17, Jackson Webb. Looking to keep this inning alive for the Clinton Dragons. Here's the pitch. Grounds the ball down the first baseline and
Strike
foul.
2.
1 ball, 2 strikes now for Jackson Webb with 2 outs. 1-2 count, 2 outs. Bottom of the third inning, Dragons trail by 4. Jackson Webb looking to keep this inning alive for the Dragons right here. The 1-2 pitch from number 2. Grounds the ball towards the shortstop. Goes to the third baseman. Third baseman bobbles it. Throws it over to first. They say it's in time for the third out of the inning. So a 6-3 ground out ends the inning. 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left. We'll be right back with your score.
7-3. Welcome back to Dragon Vision, Clinton Baseball.
Here in the top of the fourth inning, coming to you live from the Jace University leads your Clinton Dragons 7-3. We'll run down the infield for you once again. You've got Chase Jaslove pitching. Chase Jaslove so far has gone 2 innings, allowed 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. Brendan Tipton behind the plate. First base, you have Sam Rayleigh making his first start of the season, just like Brendan Tipton. You've got JP Jumbo Robbins over at second. Alex Duggins at shortstop. Jackson Barrett making his first start at third base. You've got Brent Schaefer in left field making his first start. You've got Dallas Beats in center field. And you've got Hayden Allen, the senior, making his first start of the season in right field. Your starting pitcher tonight was Sam Duggins. He made it through 1 inning before Chase Jaslove came in for the second inning. Chase Jaslove's pitched lights out since he came in, keeping this score at a 7-3. University scoring all 7 of theirs in the top of the 7th inning. Clinton scoring 3 of theirs in the bottom of the
Number 3.
first inning. Next up to bat will be number 3.
Leading off the fourth.
In top of the order, he has a single and a double today. So he's 2 for 2 today with a single and a double. Jaslove steps off. Waits on the signal. From the stretch. Low and away, ball 1.
1 ball, no strikes, and no outs.
Here in the top of the 4th inning.
7-3. Hit
by a pitch right in the back, in between his shoulder blades for the first base runner of the inning. That's the 3rd time he's reached base today. Chase Jaslove only allowing his 2nd base run tonight. Now comes up 18. He is 1 for 2 with a single and a pop out. Both happening in the first inning, by the way. Checks the runner at first. From the stretch. A little bit outside for ball 1.
1 ball, no strikes, no outs.
Our next broadcast for Clinton Dragon Baseball will be Monday at Scott County, or at Scott High School, as the Dragons take on the Highlanders in their second division series of the night. Pop flag will be way out of foul territory.
1 and 1.
Once again, our next broadcast will be at Scott for the 2nd district series of the season for the Clinton Dragons. They went 1-1 in their series against Anderson earlier this week. They're now going to go up against Scott Monday, maybe for 2 games, and maybe Monday and Tuesday. Here's the pitch. Slash hit for a bunt. Runner goes to second anyway. So 1-1, 2-0 count.
2-1, yeah.
No, 2-1 count.
2-1 count.
1-1 count. 1-1 count. I heard the umpire just say it right there.
1-1 count.
They just didn't take off one of the balls next door on the scoreboard. Runner at second, nobody out. No more double play ball in effect.
No, all right.
Jaslove checks the runner at second. The pitch gets away from Tipton. Tipton's going to let him race to third. No harm, no foul. We still got a runner now at third with a 2-1 count here in the top of the 4th inning. I will mention now there are time limits in these tournament games. So the time limit is 2 hours and 15 minutes. There's also run rules in these tournament games. You can go 12 after 4, 10 after 5, or 8 after 6. Here's the pitch. High for ball 1.
Ball 4.
That should be ball 3, I thought, but I guess they're going to give him ball 4. Time called as Coach Stacy goes out to talk to Jaslove with runners at the corners. And number 4 getting ready to come up to bat. Number 4 grounded out and flew out in his first 2 at-bats. Stacy wanted to calm down his pitcher. He knows his pitcher's got some good stuff. He knows his pitcher does a really good job. He just needs a little bit of a cooling period right here to see if he can get his head back on straight. Once again, your score at the top of the 4th inning, 7-3. You got runners at the corners as Coach Stacy walks off the mound, leaving Jaslove on the mound. I'm not sure who the relief pitcher would be for this inning, or for this game. For the other relief pitcher would be for Jaslove. Ground ball, what they should do is look the runner at third, see if he can get him back before they throw anybody out. So we got runners at the corners, nobody out for number 4. Here's the pitch in the
Ball
turf.
one.
Nice pick right there by Brendan Tipton to not let the ball get away. 'Cause number 3 was on his toes, ready to go for home.
1 ball, no strikes, no outs, 7-3.
Waiters score 7-3, and runners at the corners here in the top of the 4th inning. Here's the pitch. Low and away.
Ball
Runner does go to 3rd.
2.
Or runner goes to 2nd. Brendan Tipton tries to throw the runner out at 3rd, but 9 times. You got 2-0 count now with a free base at 1st. Runners
Yeah.
on 2nd and 3rd.
2 balls, no strikes, no outs.
That's right, Anthony. No outs here, top of the 4th inning. 2-0 count. Pitch from Jaslov. Strike on the outside
Strike
corner.
1.
Jaslov finally getting a strike in there on this batter, so we got a 2-1 count now. Ground ball, check the runners at 3rd and 2nd, then throw it to 1st for the first out, if that happens. Especially if it goes to Jaslov. Here's the pitch. Way
Ball
outside for ball 3.
3 balls, 1 strike, no outs.
For batter number 4, who is 0 for 2 today with a ground out and a fly out. Jaslov likes the call. Does the pitch. Way outside for ball 4. Ball does get away, but the runner at 3rd was not ready for it. So we got bases loaded now with nobody out here in the top of the 4th inning. Looking at Coach Stacy, looking at the team, looking at the team over there in the dugout. 7-3 your score with bases loaded, top of the 4th inning.
12, Knox Poston.
As Poston comes up to bat, he's 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a single today. Pitch from Jaslov. Turned on,
Strike
but
1.
thrown foul way out of the ballpark. But it was a nice little turn right there. Not sure how far that one would have gone if it was fair.
Strike 1.
0-1 count, no outs, bases loaded, ground ball force out at any bag now. Deep fly ball will score 1. A base hit will score 1 or 2 or more. Here's the pitch. High and inside for ball 1.
1-1.
No outs here in the top of the 4th inning. Jaslov trying to complete his 3rd inning of play. Needs all 3 outs to complete 3 innings. Sam Duggins was your starter. Pitch from Jaslov. On the outside part of the
Ball
plate, but
2.
called ball 2. 2-1 count.
2-1 count, no outs.
Top of the 4th inning, 7-3 your score. University leads your Clinton Dragons. University with bases loaded for the 2nd time tonight. They had bases loaded in the 1st inning as well. Pitch from Jaslov. Way out.
Ball 3.
Ball 3. Runner's going to try to come home. He'll make it safe, and all the runners
8-3.
will advance, making the score 8-3 on the wild pitch. 8-3 your score here in the top of the 4th inning. 3-1 count. First base open once again. Don't see anybody warming up in the Dragons bullpen. Not sure if they'll pull a position player out. They could pull Jackson Barrett. They could pull Brent Schaefer. They could pull a lot of Dragons in this time. Here's the pitch. Foul back to
Strike
make
2.
it full count now. 3-2 with no outs.
3-2, no outs.
Once again,
8-3.
if I was on the field and it was a ground ball, check 3rd, check 3, check 2, throw 1. To see if you can get at least 1 out without allowing another run.
Yeah.
Bases loaded, nobody out. 1 run already home. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Turned on, flew out to left. Runner's going to tag from 3rd. Makes the catch. Schaefer makes the catch, fires it in. It's going to be well away. Both runners will
9-3.
tag. 9-3 your score now with 1 out here
Yeah.
in the top of the 4th inning. As number 2, the starting pitcher, comes up to bat. He's grounded out and popped out in his first 2 at-bats. 9-3 your score, 1 out
Next up,
here in the
pitcher,
top of
number
the
2,
4th inning.
Jack Harmon.
6-run lead for University. Jaslov on the mound for the Dragons. The pitch. Turned on, but fouled down the first base line.
Strike 1.
0-1 count, 1 out, runner at 3rd. 2 runs already home for University in this
9-3.
inning, making the score 9-3. Dragons trail by 6. University won their last game against Eagleville out of Murfreesboro. University out of Johnson City. Here's the pitch. High and away for ball 4, but it's going to play another run for, or ball 1.
3.
Another run, making it's 1-1 count.
1-1 count, yeah.
10-3, no one on
And
now.
1 out. 10-3.
Dragons trail by 7 now. Someone is now warming up in the bullpen for the Dragons. I can't see the number, but we do have a Dragon warming up in the bullpen. 10-3 your score here in the top of the 4th inning. 1-1 count, 1 out, no one on anymore. Here's the pitch. Foul
Strike
tipped and caught for strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out.
3 runs already home for University in this inning. 7-run lead.
Yeah.
Jaslov trying to get out of this inning. Needs 2 more outs. Here's the pitch from Jaslov. High
Ball 2.
for ball 2. Gets away from the catcher. No
2,
harm,
2,
no foul.
1 out. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 10-3.
University leads your Clinton Dragons. Seeing if Jaslov can get out of this inning. He needs 2 more outs to get out of this inning. Here's the pitch from Jaslov. Well, way behind on that one. Well behind the batter.
3-2.
Making it full count and hit the backstop. If the
One
batter
out.
would have backed up at all, that might have hit him. I'm still trying to see. I can't see a number, but there is a Dragon warming up in the bullpen, so it will not be a position player that's coming out to pitch next.
3
Well,
balls, 2 strikes, 1 out.
Here's the pitch. Hits him for
And
ball
hits
4.
him.
So second hit by pitch of the inning for Jaslov. As number 13 comes up to bat, he has a single and a fly out. There's a few pitchers I know it could be that are warming up. I'm not going to name any names, but I think I know who's going to come in. Because I don't see him in the dugout right now. Sam Duncan coming up to bat next. He is 1 for 2 with a single in the first inning.
Number 1, Owen Ryder.
As a courtesy runner, number 1 comes on for University. 10-3 your score here in the top of the 4th inning. This is the 4th and final game of the day here at the Jace. It's the 4th game for the Dragons in 3 days here in this Clinch River Challenge. Pitch from Jaslov. Low and away, ball 1.
Ball 1.
Watching Coach Stacy, I know he's waiting. He wants to make sure his reliever is good and ready before he makes any more changes. 1-0 count. Pitch from Jaslov. Checks the runner at first. In the turn, gets away,
2.
comes back. Runner will advance to second, no throw.
2 balls, no strikes, 1 out.
Another runner in scoring position.
10-3.
10-3 is the score. Looking at the box score now, waiting on the show. 10 runs on 6 hits, 1 error for University. 3 runs on 2 hits, 1 error for Clinton Dragons. Here's the pitch. Right down the heart of the plate for strike 1.
Yeah, strike 1.
2-1 count, 1
2.
out, 10-3 your score.
Yeah.
Runner on second. Jaslov wanting to get out of this inning without any more damage. Checks the runner at second. The pitch. Contact made, foul down the third base line. 2-2 count, 1 out.
1 out. 10-3.
University leads your Clinton Dragons. Sammy Duggan's going to retrieve that foul ball down foul territory. Went almost to the tarp. The 2-2 pitch coming from Jaslov. Steps off. Fakes the throw back to second. Once again, 10-3 your score. 2-2 count here in the top of the 4th inning. University scoring 7 runs in the top of the first. Scored 3 runs so far in the top of the 4th. Pitch from Jaslov. Lined up straight to Alex Duggins at
2
shortstop.
outs.
Nice little line out right there and catch by Alex Duggins. So 2 outs now with a runner at second for University. As number 8 comes up to bat, he will be a pinch hitter. He has not batted yet tonight. Number 8 will be coming in place for number 14.
University High, number 8, Ben Painter.
Ben Painter. He has not batted yet tonight for University. He's taking the place of number 14, it looks like. Runner at second, 2 outs now for Chase Jaslov.
10-3.
Pitch from Jaslov. Low and
Ball
away,
1.
ball 1.
1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. 10-3.
here in the top of the fourth inning, coming to you live from the Jace. Our next broadcast will be Monday, coming to you from Scott High School. Here's the pitch. Looks like he gets away, and the runner will advance to third while the 2-0 count now. Third wild pitch of the inning.
2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs.
Let's turn the camera over so you can see third base now. 2-0 count, 2 outs, runner at third, 10-3 your score. University leads by 7.
Yep.
Number 8, looking to keep the inning alive for University. Jaslov looking to try to get out of this inning. The pitch popped up, going towards right field.
3 outs.
Fielder gets underneath it, makes the third out of the inning. So 3 runs. Waiting on Sleepy to make the official announcement.
The fourth, 3 runs on no hits.
On no hits.
1 Buccaneer left on base.
No errors. 1 Buccaneer left on base. We'll be right back with the bottom of the fourth. Welcome back to Clinton Dragon Baseball here on Dragon Vision. Getting ready to go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Leading off will be center fielder Dallas Beats. He had an RBI single in his first at bat. Beats is going to be followed up by Jackson Barrett and then Alex Duggins. There might be a slew of changes for the Dragons in the top of the fifth inning. We will wait until the top of the fifth inning to make any changes on our end, and we will let you know how those go.
Yes.
But Dallas Beats will be the first Dragon up to bat. As I pull up a list for me so I can make any changes if there are any. First pitch to Beats.
Ball 1.
No, called strike one.
No out.
Anthony a little bit ahead on that one, hoping he can get a good call, but it wasn't the call that he wanted. 0-1, here's the pitch. Foul tip back to the net for strike 2.
No out.
For Dallas Beats. Waiting to see. I'll pull Dallas Beats' stats up right here. There we go. Go ahead and pull Dallas Beats up on this end. Dallas Beats is now 1 for 1 with an RBI single. Strike 3 looking, making it 1 for 2 on the day with an RBI single.
Third baseman, number 5, Jackson Barrett.
Jackson Barrett coming up to bat next. He is 0 for 1 with an RBI today. So, number 2, the starting pitcher for the Buccaneers has gone 1.
1 out.
No balls, 1 strikes, 10-3 your score. University leads by 7. And Isaiah Slavin. And Anthony Hinkle's least favorite Dragon up to bat next. He'll be taking over the place, it looks like, for Alex Duggins. And like I said, Anthony Hinkle's least favorite Dragon.
That's my best friend.
That's your best friend?
Yes.
I'll have to ask him that after you called him Alex in the last game. Here's the pitch.
Ground
ball going over to third. Third baseman picks it up, fires it over to first. In time for the second out of the game. Or second out of the inning, excuse me.
Yeah.
So that was a 5-3 ground out. Next up is Isaiah Slavin. I'll pull up his numbers here in just a moment for you.
Now batting for the Dragons, Number 32, Isaiah.
See if these are updated. No, in the last game, Isaiah Slavin went 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs. I'll pull up his numbers for us in just a moment. Waiting on my stats to upload right here so I can see what the full stats are. The first pitch to Slavin on the inside corner for strike 1.
0-1, 2 outs.
And pitch
Ball 1.
low and away for ball 1.
1-1, 2
Isaiah-
outs.
Isaiah Slavin is batting .250 right now. He's got 12 RBIs. Lines it to the third baseman, who's going to throw him out at first. No, it's going to be thrown away. So he's going to reach on an error in his first at bat of this game. Next
Good
up,
hustle.
Garrett Lee
Get Lee.
taking the place of Hayden Allen.
Now batting number 19, Garrett Lee.
Garrett Lee taking the place of Hayden Allen. Garrett Lee right now is batting .258. He has 7 RBIs and 4 extra base hits in this season. Runner at first, 2 outs now for the Clinton Dragons. Checks the runner at first. Pitch to Lee.
Ball, strike 1.
Good break on that one, covering it right across the plate.
Yes, it was.
0-1 count, 2 outs. Slavin at first, Lee at home.
10-3.
Checks the runner at first. The pitch to Lee.
Ball
That's
1.
high, ball 1. Going for the back pick move.
Yeah.
Not in time.
Not in
Slavin
time.
getting right
Safe.
back in time. Nice idea, though, by the catcher to try to catch Slavin off guard, but Slavin's used to that.
Yeah.
Being a pitcher himself, we got a 1-1 count. 2 outs. Runner at first. Bottom of the 4th. Dragons trail by 7. Checks the runner
10-3.
at first. The pitch. Turned on and hit down the right field line. Will he make it fair? No. Called foul ball. Landed out of play.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Garrett Lee turned on that one. Had it been fair, that might have been gone. Blame Anthony if it doesn't happen.
No, don't blame me.
All complaints go to Anthony Hinkle.
No.
1-2
No.
count. 2 outs with a runner at first. Bottom of the 4th inning. Garrett Lee up to bat. Isaiah Slavin at first. Sam Rayleigh on deck. Checks the runner at first. The pitch to Lee. In the turn,
Ball
gets
2.
away. He's going to advance a runner to second. Slavin's going to go to second with a 2-2. No, Slavin's going to stay at
He's
first.
staying first.
I thought he was going to run for that one.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 10-3.
Slavin stays at first. Lee working the count even now after going down 0-2. Rayleigh on deck. Checks on Slavin at first. Pitch to Lee. Hits Lee in the hip.
Lee.
So it's going to be a hit by pitch to Garrett
Hit
Lee.
my pitch.
Brings up Sam Rayleigh.
Sam Rayleigh. Come on, Sam. We
Sam
need you.
Rayleigh 0 for 1 with a pop out today in his first start.
Now batting
Of
for
his
the
junior
Dragons,
season.
The first baseman, number 1, Sam Rayleigh.
Sam Rayleigh home, and you've got Garrett Davis on deck for Sam Rayleigh. I'll give you Garrett Davis' numbers if he gets to come up. Not sure why Anthony's so happy right now. I guess Tennessee must have lost last night or something.
No.
Got runners at first and second. 2 outs here for Sam Rayleigh. The pitch.
Ball
Inside
1.
for ball 1.
1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs.
We deemed him Sam hit by pitch Rayleigh last year. Got hit by pitch 23 times in the season. We'll see how he does in this at bat. He's 0 for 1 with a pop out. Here's the pitch to Rayleigh. After he calls time, actually. Rayleigh 0 for 1 today.
Come on, Sam. We need this. We need to get back in this.
Here's the pitch to Rayleigh. We got 2 on, 2 out. Turns on it, grabs
Yeah.
it to first. Called foul,
Foul.
picked up out of
Strike
bounds.
1.
That's a good move right there. Good call by the umpire, keeping Sam
1-1.
Raines at bat alive. Cam, we're getting a little dark. I may have to clean the lens after this game before the next one. You can kind of see a little filter on it if you're looking on my monitor right now. It could also be the glare I'm getting from outside or the glare from Anthony's head. 1-1 count, 2 outs, 2 on. Here's the pitch. Called strike on the outside corner.
2.
1-2 count, 2 outs. Slavin at second.
1.
Lee at first. Rayleigh up to bat.
1, Riley.
Pitch to Rayleigh. Ground pop,
Yeah.
check swing, grounder back to the first or pitcher. Underhands it to first in time for the third out of the inning. No runs on no hits, no errors. 2 Dragons left on base. After 4, your score 10-3. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Dragon Vision on Clinton Baseball.
As
Jace.
for coming to you live from the Jace, as Anthony is trying to say.
Yeah.
Anthony doing the best job he can, being as great as he is at helping me out. I don't know why he keeps giving me that look over there. I'm trying to pull up the newest Dragon to play tonight. Waiting on my computer to load up. Popped up.
Pop up.
Going to the shortstop. Garrett Davis.
Garrett Davis,
makes
one out.
1 pitch, 1 out for the Dragons here in the top of the fifth inning. Not sure why Anthony's so happy again. Like I said earlier, I'm not sure if it has to do. Did Tennessee lose last night or something? Is that why you're so happy right now?
No. We're going to come back and win this.
I hope we do come back and win this, Anthony. Pulling up the stats right now, waiting on the next batter to come up. Ground the ball right in between the shortstop and the third baseman for the first hit of the inning. So we got one runner on, 1 out here
1 out.
in the top of the fifth inning. 10-3 your score. As now I've got it pulled. I should have it pulled up here in just a second, but it doesn't want to pop up. There we go.
Now batting third baseman, number 3.
You got actually line up in
Here is the newest pitcher for the Dragons, if it actually loads up on my screen. Waiting to see where it is. Doesn't. Okay, so I've got to reframe it before it shows up. But Will Easterday is the pitcher for the Dragons. I'm going to pull his stats up here in just a moment. This will be his first varsity appearance for the junior. We also have a lot of changes on the diamond for the Dragons. The pitch. Ground ball to Davis at short. Bobbles it. Tries to throw him out at first.
No.
Does throw him out in time
2
for the
outs.
second out. Does advance the runner to second, though. Hold on. Are they calling him out or are they calling him safe? Let's see.
Safe.
They are calling him safe. They say it was an infield single in the top of the fifth inning. Actually, they're going to discuss it right now to see what happened. Coach Stacy and the two umpires are going to discuss it as there's 2 on right now. But with the changes, you've got Jace Mack at catcher, Sam Rayleigh over at third, Garrett Davis at shortstop. Looks like Jackson. I'm trying to see the number. I think it's Jackson Barrett now over at second. Garrett Lee at first. Harrison Shelton at center. Looks like Isaiah Slavin at right. Can't quite tell who the left fielder is, but I'll get you the number as soon as I can. But a slew of changes for the Dragons here in the top of the 5th inning. Coach Stacy had his words with the umpires, trying to get them to talk about it. They're trying to see what happened, I guess. Not sure. They're discussing something over there. We're not going to try to guess what they're discussing that just happened.
Yeah.
As they're standing down the third base line. We're not going to show the discussion, but you can see there's runners on first and second. I guess they're just going to leave it the same with runners on first and second with one out here in the top of the 5th inning.
Yeah.
They were marking something down in their playbook. Oh, so there has been a change. Garrett Davis is out now, and J.P. Robbins is now in at shortstop.
Back in at shortstop for the Dragons.
Not sure what happened to Garrett Davis right there.
Robbins.
Have to hear from Coach Stacy after the game. We won't ask him right there, but for some reason, Garrett Davis is now out of the game, and J.P. Robbins is back in at shortstop. Runners going. A stolen base with not even any look over by the pitcher. You can hear University laughing in their dugout as he just took off without any notification from anyone in the dugout or on the base paths. Runners at the corners, one out. Top of the 5th inning. Easterday steps off. Jace Mack is called time to go talk to his pitcher. Runners at the corners again. He's trying to pull the entire infield in so he can kind of talk to them and see... Try to calm them down. Once again, our next broadcast for Clinton Dragon Baseball here on Dragon Vision will be Monday at Scott High School. Looking over there. Not sure what happened. Coach Stacy standing outside. Yeah, and Coach Turpin's outside. You got Coach Scott outside. Coach Witt's not here tonight. He's got some Little League games he's calling. Also, Coach Long. A lot of good coaches here for the Clinton Dragons as Jace He ends his meeting and comes back home to get ready for the next batter, number 18. I'm no longer going to keep stats for this one. 10-3 your score. The pitch, low and away. Mack fakes the throw, seeing if he could get the guy to bite from third. Now got runners on second and third with nobody out in a 1-0 count here in the top of the 5th inning. Once again, there are run rules into effect in these Clinch River Classics. University won their last game via run rule. Here's the pitch. Grounded ball over the pitcher's head. Picked up by second baseman. Bottled by second baseman. 1 run will score. Next run's coming home. He's firing it in. Second run will score. 2 runs come home. And the runner will stay at first. So now it is 12-3 here at the top of the 5th inning with a runner at first and just 1 out. Potential game-winning run now at first base for University.
Right fielder number 4, Peter Bonowitz.
For number 4, Peter Bonowitz. 1-0 count, 1 out, runner at first. The pitch turns on and fouled over the entranceway to the dugouts for the Clinton High School. So you got an 0-1 count with 1 out, runner at first in the top of the 5th inning. Pitch to Easterday. From Easterday, line down the third base line, strike 2.
0-2 count, 1 out, 12-3.
Runner at first. Number 4 is timing it up.
Yes.
It's just a little ahead. Had he been on time, that one would be right down the third base line right now. Probably still rolling towards the 3-14 sign. Nonetheless, it's an 0-2 count, 1 out. Easterday on the mound for the Clinton Dragons. Here's the pitch. Ball gets away. Runner will advance to second. No throw.
1-2.
1-2 count. 1 out. Possible winning run at second, but it will not end the game in this inning. The game will go to a bottom of the 5th inning, regardless of what the score is after this half inning. So here's the pitch. Low in the turf for ball 2.
Ball 2.
Batter gets out of the way as to not get called
1 out.
interference. 2-2, 1 out, runner at second, 12-3 your score. Dragons trail by 9.
Yeah.
Stacy and Turpin watching on. Trying to trick the runner to get back to second. Pitch from Easterday. turned on and laced down the third base
Right.
line, but foul.
Foul ball.
That could have been another home run right there. That one was a very good turn on.
Yeah, it was.
This batter likes to pull the ball towards left field. That's the third foul ball he's hit down that direction. First one real quick, second one a little further down. That one a fly ball. Pitch from Easterday. Turned on, gone to center field. Center fielder Harrison Shelton getting it.
2
Hits it,
outs.
fakes the tag. Harrison Shelton fires it into third. Perfect throw, Harry Shelton.
Show.
With the runner at second. So we got runner at second, 2 outs. Right now, not sure why Anthony's making that face up here. 12-3 your score with 2 outs.
We gonna win this.
We gonna win this?
Yeah,
I hope we do.
we will.
Anthony said if we win this, he's gonna take the whole team out on his own.
No.
He's gonna take them.
Good.
He's gonna take them all out to Cheddar's tomorrow night
No.
for Easter dinner.
No, I'm not.
12-3 your score here in the top of the 5th inning, 2 outs. I mean that face said you didn't want to, so
No.
I'll tell them all you said it. 12-3 your score with 2 outs. Waiting to see what's happening out there. You got a new batter up, number 26. I guess they're making a change. Trying to see out there. Yeah, they are making a change. The head coach talking to the umpire to make sure he knows who he's listed as number 27, even though he's wearing number 26.
Now batting for University High, number 26, Brett Fields.
26.
Brett Fields also had to check his jersey to make sure he was wearing the number he said he was.
Yeah.
12-3 your score. Runner at second, 2 outs. The pitch from Easterday. Low and away,
Ball
ball
one.
1. 1-0 count, 2 outs. Once again, we were mentioning those rules. 12 after 4, 10 after 5, or 8 after 6. Here's the pitch from Easterday. Low and away, ball 4 gets away.
Four.
Runner's going to advance to third. The throw, not in time. Runner at third now. Potential game-winning
Ball
run
two.
at third base with a 2-0 count, 2 outs. A base hit would bring him home and make the lead 10 for the Buccaneers of University High. Wearing the same colors as ETSU. 12-3 your score. Runner at third, 2 outs, 2-0 count. Easterday your pitcher. Pitch from Easterday. Popped up, going towards center. Runner's coming back. Harrison
Yes.
makes the third out of the
Yes.
third out of the inning. So 2 runs on, looks like 3 hits,
3 hits.
no errors.
University
Oh.
High, the fifth
We will be
runner,
right back with the
2
bottom of the 5th inning.
hits, 1 error.
Welcome back to Clinton Dragon Baseball
Where
here
is
on
it?
Dragon
I don't know.
Vision. JP Robbins up to bat next for your Clinton Dragons. Looks like he will be followed up by Harrison Shelton and Pinky. And then Jace Mack, the catcher. J.P. Robbins doing a fantastic job for the Dragons today in the field and on the base paths. Young for a freshman, but doing a fantastic job this season.
Number 18, Cooper Stevenson.
Cooper Stevenson, number 18, on the mound now for the University High Buccaneers.
He 0 for 1.
J.P. Robbins is 0 for 2 actually, with a pop out and a fly and a ground out. But he's made contact and good contact each time he's been on the boards or in the batter's box. Wait, something being discussed again with one of the umpires. Not sure what I guess they're discussing all the changes that keep happening with the coaches. Robin steps in the batter's box as number 18 steps out. Robin steps back in, Jumbo as he's affectionately called. See how he does right here. First pitch to Jumbo.
Strike one.
Strike on the outside corner. Anthony once again getting ahead of himself. Hoping it's a ball, but it ended up being a strike. 0-1 count. No outs. Here's the pitch. Strike down the middle.
Strike two.
0-2 count now. This
0-2
pitcher's got
count.
some speed on his. He's got some good velocity on his pitches.
Yes, he does.
Here's the pitch. High for
Ball
ball
three.
one.
Ball one, yep. One ball, 2 strikes, and no outs. 12-3.
Dragons trail by 9. Dragons need some runs to keep this game alive in the 6th inning. Here's the pitch. Turned on and grounded to third. Third picks it up. Going to throw it over to first. They call him in time? Yes, it's in time for the first out of the inning. So a 5-3 ground out for J.P. Robbins.
Dragons center fielder number 14, Harrison Shelton.
Harry the Hitman Shelton and Pinky up to bat next for the Dragons. See how Harry can do in this one. Harrison, I'm pulling up his stats right now for you. Harrison is got 3 home runs this season. Here's the pitch. Turned on. Turned down left field line. It's a pop-up. Will it be caught? Actually, will be dropped by the shortstop.
Yes.
Goes all the way to second base. He's in there.
And no,
If they
safe.
call him safe, they do call him safe. Reach on an error to get a runner at second base. Make sure that's how it's scored. That should be scored as an error. The reason why Shelton reached on base on that one.
Jace Mack.
Jay Smack coming up to bat next for the Dragons. The catcher now taking over for Brendan Tempton, who started the game for the Dragons. Yeah, Harrison Shelton did reach on an error. Matt coming in, batting .333
Ball one.
with 4 RBIs, 2 doubles, 1 out
One
count.
ball, no strikes, 1 out, 12-3.
Shelton was batting .324. He had 3 home runs and 10 RBIs.
Ball two.
Next pitch, low and away for ball 2. Runner at second, 1 out, bottom of the 5th. You have Jackson Webb in the hole for the Dragons. Mack with the high for ball 3. Next pitch should be right down the middle. Once again, Dragons trail by 9 with a runner at second and a 3-0 count with 1 out. See what happens with this pitch. Should be right down the middle. No, ball 4 at the turf. Walk by Mack, bringing up Jackson Webb. Jackson Webb 0 for 1 today with a walk and a run scored. Courtesy runner coming on.
34,
For the
David
Dragons.
Ortiz.
David Big Poppy Ortiz coming up to courtesy run for the Dragons as Anthony makes that face again, saying he wants to take the whole team to Cheddar's tomorrow.
No, I don't.
When we win.
No, I don't.
You make that face. That's all you're. That's all
No,
you told me in
I'm
the break.
happy.
Right. You told me that in the break. You said you want to take the whole team. I'll
No,
make sure
I
we announce
did.
that.
No, I did.
Actually, it's Dallas Beats up to bat next for the Dragons. Here's the pitch to Beats. Turned on, flew down the left field line,
Got ball.
foul in the road,
Yeah.
and bounce over a moving car.
Yeah. Strike
So we got 0-1 count, 1 out, runners on first and second.
12-3.
Dragons trail by 9. Actually, this isn't Beats. This is number 17. Back pick move. Out! Going at second base. That's 2 outs now with an 0-1 count. Harrison Shelton just a bit antsy on that one. So now Dragons have a runner at first with 2 outs. As up to bat now for the Dragons. Waiting on an update as Coach Stacy, I'm not sure what he wants. I think he wants to go talk to the second base umpire to see what's happening right here. We still got a runner at first right now with 2 outs. I like how Stacy's just having a casual conversation, not really mad. It's Jackson Webb. It is Webb that's up to bat next with Dallas Beats on deck. Coach Stacy just want to ask him a couple things, make sure he takes a look at something that's happened. Nothing bad being said right there. Just wants to get a little thing. Just talk about one thing. As Jackson Webb's up now with an 0-1 count, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. There will be a 6th inning in this game.
Yeah.
Possibly a 7th.
7th. Yeah.
But we know there will be a 6th inning in this game. 0-1 count, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning for Jackson Webb. Pitch turned on, grounded to the first baseman. First baseman's going to overhand it over to first in time for the 3rd out of the inning. So no runs on no hits, 1 error, 1 left. We'll be right back for the 6th inning. Welcome back to Clinton Dragon Baseball here on Dragon Vision. Anthony Hinkle just said it on Monday he would take the team out of Cheddars whether they win or lose, so I'll make sure we mention that one. Going to the top of the 6th inning, your score 12-3, University leads your Clinton Dragons. Will Easterday still on the mound for the Dragons for his 2nd inning of the night.
Don't listen to that.
Always listen to me. Here's the first pitch from Easterday in the turf for ball 1.
Ball
1-0 count for the leadoff batter.
And no outs.
Dragons need desperately to get the team out in order right here to have a chance to extend this game to a 7th inning. Here's the pitch.
Ball
inside.
1.
Ball 2.
Ball 2, yep.
If the batter would have stuck in there, it probably would have hit him right on the elbow. 2-0 count. Next pitch inside again for ball 3. 3-0 count for Easterday. Dragons wearing their orange and pinstripe uniforms. Here's the pitch. Turned on, it popped up down towards third base. It's going to be out of play, making it 3-1 count. 3 balls, 1 strike, no outs. Top of the 6th inning. Dragons trail by 9.
Yep.
Once again, the run rule for this tournament is 8 after 9, so we'll see how this goes. Here's the pitch. Turns on it, gets it to third base. Bobbled. Thrown over to first by Sam Rayleigh.
1 out.
In time to Garrett Lee. Rayleigh to Lee for the first out of the inning. Dragons need 2 more outs and then need some runs in the bottom of the 6th to keep this game alive.
Yes.
Number 13 up to bat next for the Buccaneers Your infield once again. Easterday, Mack,
Next up,
Lee,
left fielder, number 13, Sam
Barrett,
Duncan.
Robbins, and Duggins.
Strike one.
Swung out of his shoes on that one for strike one.
0-1.
Sorry, Robbins
One
and
out.
Rayleigh. Rayleigh, Robbins, Barrett, and Lee. Swings over to left field, going to make 1-2 hops to get to the left fielder. Thrown back in for a single. Runner
Single.
at first now
Oh,
with 1 out as number 8 comes up to bat for the Buccaneers. Will Easterday still pitching. Not sure what Anthony's looking at right now. He's already said what he's going to do for Easterday.
no.
Ben Painter.
Here's the first pitch. Swing and a miss for strike one. Way out in front of that one was number 8. Runner on first, 1 strike. Will Easterday looking to get a ground ball to try to produce 2 outs. Here's the pitch. In the
Ball
turf,
one.
nice stop by Jace Mack to make it all the ones across the board. 1-1-1. Actually, they called. They let the runner advance to second, so we got a runner at second now with a 1-1 count and 1 out. So no more double play ball. Pitch from Easterday.
0-1.
Swing and a miss,
0-2.
strike 2.
Strike 2.
1-2 count, 1 out, top of the 6th inning. Easterday trying to get out of this inning without allowing a
Count.
Buccaneer to score.
0-2 count.
1-2 count because they did give him a ball earlier. Here's the pitch.
Ball 3.
Should be 2-2
Ball 2-2.
with 1 out looking at the umpire.
Yeah.
He is calling it a 2-2
2-2,
count.
yeah. 2-2 count.
Here's the pitch from Easterday. Swing and a miss for strike
Strike
3. So 2 outs now here in the
Lee
top
for
of the
Easterday.
6th inning. 12-3 your score.
12-3.
Runner at second.
2
They
outs.
actually,
Next up,
you were
number
right. They did
5,
not give him the second
Mason
ball. They
Brooks.
actually called it a balk on one of them, which is why the runner took second base.
Yes.
Time called as one of the Dragons was going to get one of the foul balls out in the foul territory. They called time. Easterday with his pitch.
Ball 1.
Low and away for ball 1. 1 ball, no
One ball.
strikes. 2 outs
outs.
here, top of the 6th.
12-3.
Dragons trail by 9, 12-3, as Anthony said. Pitch from Easterday. Lined up towards the second shortstop. Picks it up. Robbins throws it over to Lee. Digs it
3.
out in
3 outs.
in time. They finally signaled the
time.
3rd out.
For University
So a
High,
6-3 out to end the inning.
no
No
runs,
runs on one error, no hits, 1 left. We'll be back for the bottom of the 6th inning.
12-3. Welcome back to Clinton Dragon baseball on Dragon Vision.
Coming to you live from the Jace as University leads your Clinton Dragons 12-3 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Dragons desperately need at least 2 runs to keep this game alive and force a 7th inning. Buccaneers wearing their ETSU colors, coming to you from Johnson City. Come all the way down here. They won their last game in a run rule. They might win 2 in a run rule. Dragons dropped their game to Bryan Station earlier today, 11-4. Up to bat next for your Clinton Dragons is Dallas Beats. The pitch
Ball
in the dirt
1.
for ball 1. You got Dallas Beats, then Jackson Barrett on deck. It looks like. The pitch, 2 Beats with a 1-0 count.
Ball 1.
Inside for ball 2. Oh, actually 1-1 count.
1-1.
I didn't see him signal that one as a strike. No, it's a 2-0 count. He just fixed it down there. Here's the pitch.
Ball 3.
No, strike 1.
Strike 1.
Anthony trying to get ahead of the count again. So it's a 2-1 count with no outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Dallas Beats trying to get a rally started for the Dragons right here. Here's the pitch.
Ball 3.
Ball on the outside part of the plate.
3 balls, 1 strike, no outs, 12-3.
University High School Buccaneers lead your Clinton Dragons. 3-1 pitch to Beats.
Ball 4.
Ball 4. Beats will walk to begin the inning for the Clinton Dragons. As Jackson Barrett comes up to bat next, Isaiah Slavin will be in the hole for the Dragons. So we got runner on first with nobody out. Dragons need at least 2 to keep this inning alive, or keep this game alive. Checks the runner at first. The pitch to Barrett. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Turn the camera a little bit so you can see the lead.
No outs. 12-3.
12-3 your score. You're right, Anthony. 0-1, no outs, runner at first. The pitch to Barrett. Swing and a miss, strike 2, no throw, so runner will get to second. Dragons have their first runner in scoring position since the first inning here at the Jace.
0-2 count.
0-2 count, no outs.
No
here.
outs. And 12-3.
Bottom of the 6th, runner at second. Checks the runner at second. The pitch to Barrett. Pops it up, foul. Looks like it might be foul going down the first base line. No, dropped by the pitcher in foul territory. So Jackson Barrett stays alive for at least 1 more pitch for the as number 10 walks to go check on his pitcher, who took a little bit of a nasty slide trying to make that catch but was unable to. So the catcher wants to go talk to him, make sure he's okay. Give him a little bit of encouragement getting ready for the next pitch. Pitcher number 21 for the Buccaneers.
Yes, Del Cozo.
Everyone's ready to go now as the catcher gets back in place. Umpire told him to throw the ball back, have him do a couple throws to make sure he's ready to go. Make sure he's got everything looks good, just to be on the safe side. I like that about this umpire, wanting to make sure he's good and loose again, so he can do another pitch. Umpire says play ball once again. 0-2 count, runner at second, nobody out for Jackson Barrett. A base hit could bring home 1. Dallas Beats at second. The pitch to Barrett. Popped up, going over the second baseman's head. Will it land? It will land. But the runner will stay at second because he thought it was going to be caught. But it is a single for Jackson Barrett, bringing up Anthony's least favorite batter, Isaiah
Slavin, my best friend.
Your best friend. I'm going to nickname him Alex just for Anthony.
No.
Well, that's what you called him in the last game, so we'll see how this goes.
Please.
We got runners on first and second, nobody out.
Wow.
For Slavin.
Come on, Slavin. We need this. Wow. Isaiah.
First pitch to Slavin. Call a strike on the
one.
outside corner.
Wow. We need this.
I don't think Slavin liked that one too much.
No,
We got
he
0-1
didn't.
count, no outs. Runners on first and second.
What is he? 142?
Not sure exactly what Slavin is. He is actually 0 for 1. He reached on an error. Here's the pitch. Pops it up down the right
Pops
field
it up.
line. Will it land foul?
And yep.
It will land foul. So it's now an 0-2 count
Count.
for Isaiah Slavin. No balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Bottom of the 6th. Dragons trail by
12-3.
9. Need at least 2 runs to keep in this inning to keep this game alive. We've seen them have bigger rallies than this, but they need at least 2. Here's the first pitch, or the pitch.
Ball 1.
Low and away for ball 1.
1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs, 12-3.
Runners on first and second. Slavin up to bat. Garrett Lee in the hole. Slavin reached on an error in his first at bat tonight.
Come on, Slavin.
Pitch to Slavin. Turns on it. Rips it up to center field. Center fielder doesn't catch it.
No, he does
One run will
not
come
catch
home.
it.
It's going to be a single for Slavin, maybe a double. Bad throw coming home. 1 run will score, make it
one
score.
run scored.
Runs
12-4.
With runners now at second and third for that with that double for Isaiah Slavin.
double for Slavin.
Garrett Lee coming up to bat. Garrett Lee singled in, or Garrett Lee was hit by a pitch in his last at bat. Anthony's once again making that signal like he wants to take everyone to Cheddar's on Monday, like he already said he would.
No.
Anyone wants to reach out to Anthony and see how you can get to Cheddar's? He said he'll be there Monday night.
No, I won't.
12-4 your score. Bottom of the
get-
6th. Here's the pitch.
Strike
Oh,
one.
strike. A little low and away on that one, but they're going to call it a strike. Garrett Lee didn't like that call, patted himself on the chest, telling him to get back in it. 0-1 count, nobody out. Dragons need at least 1 more run to keep this
12-4.
inning alive, or keep this game alive. Here's the pitch.
Ball 1.
Low and away. 1-1 count,
1-1
nobody
count,
out.
nobody out. 12-4.
Sam Rayleigh on deck right after Garrett Lee, who was hit by a pitch in his last at bat. Here's the pitch. Turned on and fouled, making it 1-2 count.
1-2 count.
Nobody out. Runners on first and second. Once again, Dragons need at least 1 more run to force a 7th inning. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Nobody out.
Nobody
Pitcher
out.
likes the call. Checks the runner at third. Checks the runner at second. No one holding either on. Here's the pitch. Turns on it. Rips one down to left field line. Gets 1. Bobbled. 2 runs will come home and
2.
score. Garrett Lee will stay at first with a 2-run single.
Run score.
12-6.
12-6 is the score. Once again, remember what Anthony said that he would do if the Dragons win. We're going to hold him to it as well.
No, I did not say that.
Third baseman number 1.
Hey, we got a game.
We got a game?
Yes.
We do have a game, and we're still going to remember what you said.
No.
Okay, fine. You said you were going to take him to Hoskins. We'll say that. instead.
No.
You got a runner on first,
I know.
nobody
I'm
out.
just
12-6 your score. Sam Rayleigh up
Come
to
on.
bat next for the Dragons. No outs with Garrett Lee on first.
Garrett
That's the
Lee.
pitch. On the outside
Strike
corner for
one.
strike 1.
0-1.
We
And
now
no
know,
outs.
we now know there will be a 7th inning in this
Yes,
game.
it will.
It was a 2-hour 15 time limit or the 7 innings. We'll see how that goes. 0-1 count, 1 no outs, foul back,
Well,
making it an 0-2 count.
0-2 count. Come on, Sam Rayleigh.
Rayleigh looking to get on base for the first time today. He popped out and grounded out in his 2 at bats. J.P. Robbins on deck for the
J.P.
Clinton
Robbins.
Dragons.
Yeah.
Jumbo, as they call him.
Jimbo.
Rayleigh looking to move Lee over into scoring position any way he can right here. Pitch to Rayleigh. Low
Ball
and away for
one.
ball 1.
1
One
ball, 2 strikes, no outs, 12-6.
Bottom of the 6th inning. Dragons trail now by 6. We're trailing by 9. Have plated 3 in this inning. Need to plate 7 more to get the lead. Here's the pitch to Rayleigh. Pops it up, going towards right field. Lee waiting to
One
see if
out.
he catches it. Yes, he does catch it for the first out of the inning. So an F9 if you're scoring at home. As Jumbo J.P. Robbins comes up to bat next with 1 out.
J.P. Robbins.
Jumbo, as he's affectionately known, coming up to bat next. And you've got Harry the Hitman Shelton on deck. See if Robbins can move Garrett Lee over into scoring position right here. Here's the pitch to Robbins. Swing and a miss, strike one. 0-1 count, 1 out. Harrison really wants to come back up to bat in this inning versus leading off the next inning. 0-1 count, 1 out. 12-6 your score. See if JP can move him on, can move him over. Rolling away, ball 1.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out.
And I do see head coach Keith also out here coming out to support the Dragons, the head football coach.
Yep.
1-1 count, 1 out, runner at first. Here's the pitch. Grounded towards third. Over third. Over shortstop through the 6 hole. JP Robbins gets on base with his first hit of the night.
Yes.
Runners on first and second now with just 1 out for Harry the Hitman Shelton and Pinky coming up to bat next. Followed by Jace Mack.
Oh. Harrison. What? Harrison Shelton.
Hey, Coach.
And
Yeah, I'm up here in the booth. I'm up here in the press box. I can see you. All right. I'm gonna hang up. I'm gonna keep calling this real quick.
well, ball 1, and no strikes, and 1 out, and 12-6.
0-1 count, 1 out, as Anthony just said, or 1-0 count. Sorry, 1-0 count, 1 out for Harry the Hitman Shelton. Let's see what he does on this pitch. High,
Ball 2.
2 balls, no strikes, 1
Well,
out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 12-6 your score. Runners on first and second. Dragons trail by 6, trailed by 9 to enter this inning. Now they trail by 6. Here's the pitch. Runners move. Oh, it was a fake steal.
Ball 3.
Nice little fake steal right there by Garrett Lee. Got me going. I'm going to wait till after this at bat. See how Harry the Hitman Shelton works right here. It's actually a 2-1 count.
2-1 count, yes.
Not a 3-0 count. We'll see how this one works right here. Fake steal. Lines it down to first base. Will it score 1 or will they stay? They're going to hold him at third. So we got bases loaded now
Bases loaded.
in the bottom of the 6th inning. I'm going to step away for just a second. Let Anthony call this as it happens.
Next up for the Dragons, the catcher, number 2, Chase Mack.
Chase Mack up now.
Yeah, my work laptop.
And,
Thank you, Coach.
ball 1, and no strikes, and 1 out, and 12-6.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Anthony, for taking
You're
it over
welcome.
real quick. We got a 1-0 count. Pitch to Jace Mack in there for
Strike
strike
one.
1. 1-1
One ball.
count. 1 out. Bases
Yeah.
loaded. Bottom of the 6th. Dragons have scored 3 in this inning. They were
Yeah.
down 12-3 entering this inning.
Yeah.
Have
Yeah.
forced a 7th inning. Here's the pitch to Mack. Ooh, a little bit
Strike
low and inside. They're going to
2.
call strike on that one. Not so sure about that pitch from this angle. We got Coach Keith up here watching it with us as well.
Yeah.
Not sure what he thought of that one. We got a 1-2 count, 1 out, 12-6 is your score. Here's the pitch to Mack. Turned on it, grounded up to second base. Second base is going to get it, bobbles it, throws it over to first, but 1 run will score on that ground out.
12-7.
Garrett Lee coming home to score. 12-7 is your score now with runners on second and third.
Now for the Dragons, the designated hitter,
Jackson Webb up to bat
Jackson
next.
Webb.
Jackson Webb has been on base once, scored a run today, and grounded out twice. But a base hit could get 2 more runs home for the Clinton Dragons.
Yes. He could.
Dragons have plated 4 in this inning, bringing it back within 5.
5.
We'll see how Jackson Webb does in this at-bat. Here's the pitch to Webb. Fouls it back for
Foul.
strike 1.
Yep. 5 balls. Strike
Dragons
1.
have-
2 outs.
Dragons have fought and clawed their way back into this.
Yep.
We know there might be another pitcher coming in the 7th inning for University if they allow if Webb can get this base hit. The pitch to Webb. Foul tip and
Nope.
caught for strike
Strike
2.
2.
0-2 count, 2
0-2.
outs.
Yep.
Dragons trail
12
by
to 7.
5. We'll see how Webb does on this 0-2 pitch. Webb doesn't want to leave Robbins or number 11 on base. Here he goes. Grounds the ball towards second. Second fields it cleanly. Throws it over to first.
3 outs.
In time for the third out of the inning. So we got 4 runs for the Dragons in that inning, making it 12 to 7 as we get ready to start the 7th inning. We'll be right back.
Right back. Welcome back to Clinton Baseball.
Leading off for the
Dragon
Buccaneers,
Vision.
Number 24, Jacob Williams.
Jacob Williams up to bat now. One out. And it's yes.
Thank you for that one.
You're
Anthony,
welcome.
what happened on that one just now? What did you get
Ground out.
there? A ground out?
Yeah, 2 seconds.
A ground out to second. Nice
Yeah.
job on that one, Ant. So we got 1 out now here in the top of the 7th inning. 12 to 7 is your score. Here's the pitch. Inside
Strike
corner, strike
one.
1. 0-1 count. 1 out here. Dragons looking to keep this game within 5 to try to see if they could tie or take the lead.
Yeah.
They did score 5 runs in the top or the bottom of the 6th. Picking it up.
Yes.
Caught out in the
Two
outfield.
outs.
Nice job on the left
Two
field. Now
outs.
Dallas beats on that
That
catch.
was beats. Good job.
So we now got 2 outs, and Will Easterday pitching. This is a lot better inning for Will Easterday than that
Yeah.
first one.
Yeah.
12-7 is your score.
12-7.
See if the Dragons can get this third out and come back and have a possible comeback in the bottom. Swinging and a miss.
Strike
Strike
1.
Okay.
0-1
21.
count.
All right, I'll be waiting.
2 outs. 12 to 7.
Buccaneers in the batter's box. Here's the pitch from Easterday. Ball in the out. Ball a little bit outside.
Ball
1-1
one.
count. 2 outs here. Top of the 7th inning. Dragons will need 5 to keep this game alive at the bottom of the 7th,
Yeah.
or 6 to get the win. Here's the pitch. Popped him up.
Pop him up.
Looks like J.P. Robbins at shortstop
Two
calling
out.
for it. Gets underneath
Two
it,
outs.
makes the out for the third and final out of the inning.
Yep.
Nice inning right there.
Good job.
1, 2, 3 inning. No runs on no hits, no errors, no one left. Midway through the 7th, your score 12 to 7. We'll be right back with the bottom of the 7th inning.
welcome back to Dragon Vision. Current baseball. Who is that?
Welcome back to Clinton Dragon Baseball here on Dragon Vision. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Yeah.
Leading off will be Dallas Beats.
Dallas Beats.
Dallas
now.
Beats is 0 for 3 today with an RBI ground out. You got Jackson Barrett on deck. Then you should have Isaiah Slavin in the hole for the Dragons. First pitch to Beats.
Ball one.
Ball one, low and away in the turf.
What a tall, good-looking kid from California. Brother played.
Trying to think. We got Coach Keith up here also in the booth with us.
Yeah.
Here's the next pitch with a 1-0 count. Low and
Ball
away
two.
again, ball two. I'll let Anthony take over this, and I'll try to think about that one. Anthony, just keep calling this game like you've been.
Tall kid. Brother used to play for you too.
Strike one.
Tall. Played basketball. Tall kid from California. Don't worry.
I know it, but I don't know his
Popped up.
Beats popped it up.
Off up.
Second, short, and center going for it. Center fielder
And
gets
one
underneath
out.
it for the first
One
out.
out.
Nice little run from center field coming in
Yeah.
with a beat on it. As second and short, we're running out there with him. So we got one out as Jackson Barrett comes up and Isaiah Slavin on deck.
Jackson Barrett.
Anybody jacking out of this park?
Harrison Shelton has already hit 3 home runs this season. He hit 2 earlier this week in
Yeah.
the same game. One went over the scoreboard and one was a line drive out to the same side. He's the only Dragon this season to hit 3 home runs. But Slavin has power, Garrett Lee has power, and Jackson Barrett, who just ripped one down left field,
Two
got caught on the
outs.
run for the second out. Good hit right there by Jackson Barrett, but a
Yeah.
better play by the left fielder. As Isaiah Slavin, the Mars Hill commit, comes up to bat next for the Dragons. He's the last hope for the Dragons to keep this inning alive.
Right fielder.
He should be followed up by Garrett Lee and then Sam Rayleigh. Isaiah Slavin wanting to keep this game alive for the Dragons, who trail by 5 here in the bottom of the 7th. First pitch, ground ball, not picked up by the pitcher, but going to be picked up by the second baseman, thrown over to first.
Two out.
They call it out for the third out of the inning.
Two out.
So 3 up,
Okay.
3 down through the 7th. We will be right back with interviews with Coach Stacy as the Dragons fall 12-7. Welcome back to Clinton Dragon Baseball here on Dragon Vision. I'm up here with one of our players of the game, Will Easterday, the junior pitcher for the Dragons. Will, tell me a little bit about taking on this really good 1A team, University.
Felt amazing to come out in a tough situation. All you gotta do is throw strikes in there, throw it in the zone, throw it low, throw strikes. Just gotta throw it in there.
You had a couple really good strikeouts right there. You were cheered on by your team as you walked out with Isaiah and all them cheering you on. What did it feel like having the team supporting you?
Felt pretty good. Felt amazing. I have a team that support you.
Is your first varsity appearance. What's it mean having Coach Stacy, Coach Turpin, Coach Scott, Coach Long all throwing their support behind you and believing in you?
Amazing. I love the coaches.
How have they helped you out this year?
A bunch. They helped me out a bunch. I've never pitched before. It's probably the first year. And felt good.
So what do you want to say about all the fans that showed up this week, this last 4 days when we had the tournaments?
Pretty good. Thank you. Thank you for coming out.
What do you want to say about next week? We got a few more home games next week. We're playing Scott. We got Oak Ridge. We got some big games. Why should people come out here and watch this team?
Because I feel like we can come out and win the next 3 games we got.
All right. I'll let you go on that one. Thank you for that one, Will. We're going to bring on Coach Stacy on this one, who didn't get to talk to us after the first game because we had 2 games today. We wanted to let him get ready. Coach Stacy, I know you had fun with this tournament. It didn't go the way we wanted it to, but talk about this last team, these teams that we played today.
Yeah, they're good teams. The reason we played them is I got out-coached. Again, 2 games in a row. 4 games this week got out-coached. So, I'm one of the few coaches probably in the state that has as talented 10 seniors that are very talented, 3 that are committed to college, 1 that's got an opportunity to go to college, another one that might have an opportunity to go to college, and I'm dropping the ball as far as coaching goes. So yeah, I'm getting out coached. That's plain and simple. I've got to do a better job. I've got to do a better job with this team. My intensity's not there. My love and passion is not being infectious enough. I've got to do a better job. I've got to get everybody on board. I've got to do more team building stuff, more practices, better practice plans, better game plans, more scouting reports that are better. I've got to do a better job.
We had, especially in the second game, we had a lot of young players that have earned their way onto the field. What do you want to say about some of those who made their first start of their careers or even their first start just this season?
They earned it. They did exactly what I asked them to do. They played the game hard. That's what I asked. I played the game extremely hard myself. I might have not been a great player. I like to think that I played the game hard, though. I like to think that I let that be what I was known for. Dirt ball, dirt bag, whatever you want to call it. Have my uniform dirty, running through the bases, running every ball out, diving, just all those good things. So if they're a reflection of that, I like to play guys like that, and I enjoy playing guys like that. But again, I've got to do a better job of getting the team in that mindset, and that falls on me. I'm failing right now as far as a coach goes. I got to do a little bit better job.
We got several games next week with our second district series against Scott on Monday and possibly Tuesday, depending on how the weather goes. Why should people come out next week to see Scott, see Oak Ridge, see CAK on Saturday and the rest of the week?
Yeah, hopefully you come out and see some better coaching. That's on my part. I want to be able to show that these guys have the talent to play with these teams and beat these teams. But when it comes down to it, I'm not putting them in the positions to do that. I've got to do a better job. So I would say come out here. The atmosphere is fantastic. Our fans are showing up this year. Our booster club's doing a fantastic job with that atmosphere and running a really good concession stand. John does a really good job on the PA. You do a really good job with Dragon Vision. And, again, everybody's doing a great job except me. So I've got to pick it up.
All right, we'll end it on that. No, our next broadcast will be Monday at Scott High School with a final score of 12-7. Thank you for watching Clinton Dragon Baseball, and Dragon Vision will be